Imagine an invisible intelligence diving into the dusty archives of ancient civilizations, uncovering secrets lost for over 5,000 years. What if machine learning could reassemble fragments of Sumerian clay tablets and give us a direct glimpse into the minds of the black-headed people? This AI translation opens a window into a sudden metropolis in Eridu, Uruk, and Ur, where humans almost overnight stacked stone upon stone and inscribed the first chapters of our history in cuneiform. It deciphers astronomical cycles that still baffle modern researchers and medical prescriptions, thought long lost to the physicians of the Euphrates. What if the seemingly bizarre records of gold processing plants, divine batteries, and cosmic judges conceal an ancient knowledge that casts our origins in a new light? This journey takes us straight to the heart of Sumer, to the very origin of mathematics, myth, and mankind. Prepare yourself for a zeitgeist revelation. We stand at the threshold of a new vision of history, deciphered by an AI that not only reads, but rewrites our world. For the first time, AI reveals what has long slumbered in countless fragmented cuneiform tablets, a remarkably rapid awakening of urban civilization around 6,000 years ago. In Eridu, Uruk, and Ur, stone rose upon stone, barges and canals crisscrossed the land, as if someone had transported humanity into the city overnight. We once believed that cities emerged slowly, nomads settling down, farming beginning, states forming gradually. But the clay tablets tell a different story. Machine learning reconstructs shattered edges and reads how the black-headed people, the Sumerian name for themselves, designed brickwork plans, measured waterways, and organized trade systems long before other cultures had even invented the wheel. For the first time, AI reveals what has long slumbered in countless fragmented cuneiform tablets, a remarkably rapid awakening of urban civilization around 6,000 years ago. What does this unexpectedness mean? The AI translation suggests that the Sumerians possessed a kind of cosmic memory. Tablets record the astronomical positions of the moon and stars as if their knowledge stemmed from precise celestial observations. These astronomical references weren't just for religious festival calendars. They seemingly determined when to dig canals or construct ziggurats, using a technique we can only describe today as archaic astroengineering. Through the analog medium of cuneiform, this knowledge was preserved across time. Royal decrees, trade agreements, medical prescriptions, and celestial records appear side by side. Now, AI is linking barley deliveries to exact lunar phase calculations, revealing that the Sumerian sexagesimal system, base 60, wasn't an arbitrary choice. It was the reflection of a sophisticated understanding of time and circular geometry. It was precisely this understanding that allowed the Sumerians to envision cities not as mere clusters of clay huts, but as living organisms, precisely planned centers that formed their own ecosystems of trade, culture, and science. AI now reveals that they had already developed complex divisions of labor. Civil engineers, scribes, astronomers, and healers worked together in an interconnected system. What insight does the zeitgeist vision draw from this? We come to realize that true knowledge does not grow in a straight line, but in sudden leaps, moments when humanity awakens to a new level of consciousness. The AI's translation of these clay tablets invites us to reconsider our own potential. Are we today, in an era of exponential technology, witnessing another overnight awakening? When we study this lost explosion of cities, we uncover not just ancient megacities, but a primordial network of impulse, mind, and matter. The Sumerians taught us that planning, astronomy, and community are inseparable. Their overnight metamorphosis into an urban high culture serves as a reminder. Knowledge we believed lost can be resurrected through new tools, and radically transform our understanding of history, science, and the cosmos. Imagine an ancient civilization dividing the circle into 360 degrees, without smartphones, without globes, yet seeing in that number the very heartbeat of the universe. The Sumerians, the so-called black-headed people, divided the day into 24 hours, each hour into 60 minutes and each minute into 60 seconds. This sexagesimal system, which still governs our wristwatches and digital clocks, was no accident. It was a reflection of cosmic harmony. Thanks to artificial intelligence, the weathered edges of clay tablets are opening up, and we now realize the Sumerians were calculating with a precision we once believed to be modern. Machine learning is deciphering tables where lunar phases are recorded with accuracy down to half a day, and diagrams where solstices and equinoxes are woven into a continuous spiral of time. These cycles resembled a cosmic score. Each note, each orbit of the sun, moon, and planets painted like a brushstroke on the canvas of the sky. Within these tablets are notations of Earth's precession, that slow wobble of the Earth's axis, something modern astronomers only recently managed to fully calculate. A fraction of a degree per century, yet for the Sumerians, this was not a burdensome calculation, but part of everyday life. Their priest astronomers aligned temple axes and ziggurats with star constellations, as if building cosmic antennas to capture the very flow of time. But Base 60 was more than just astronomical fine-tuning. In geometry, it shaped squares and circles that helped design architecture, irrigation canals, and city layouts. The measuring tape of an entire civilization rested in the hands of its builders and mathematicians. Every brick was assigned a number, every canal aligned according to cosmic proportions. Today, AI fills in the gaps in these ancient calculations and reveals how thoroughly the sexagesimal system structured daily life, from prayer days to grain inventories. For us, the AI's discovery means this: every time your second hand ticks or you sketch a pie chart, your heart beats in rhythm with a civilization that saw time and space as one living field. The forgotten formulas are not archaic curiosities. They are keys to a consciousness that unified technology and mysticism. Within this legacy pulses the law of the cosmos. All is number, all is rhythm, from the circles of the stars to the ticking of your clock. Cuneiform was their time machine, and AI now deciphers it as an invitation to inhabit the legacy of mathematics as a living force. AI translations reveal an image of Sumerian laboratories, where ritual healing and early natural science walked hand in hand. On clay tablets, we find precise recipes for antiseptic ointments, myrrh, frankincense, and extracted plant juices mixed in exact ratios and matured according to lunar phases, used to clean wounds and prevent infection. These cosmic pharmacopoeias show that Sumerian medicine was far from mere superstition. It was rooted in empirical observation and cyclical order. Even more astonishing are passages referring to the source of life, tables comparing traits of cattle herds across generations, recording coat color, growth rates, and fertility. AI identifies terminology, suggesting deliberate breeding strategies and the earliest inklings of heredity studies. What emerges is a rudimentary knowledge of genetic coding. The black-headed people understood that certain traits could be inherited and intentionally shaped their livestock according to both practical needs and ritual significance. But the greatest shock for modern researchers comes from a seemingly mundane fragment. Layers of copper and iron immersed in a bituminous liquid produced sparks and a consistent electric charge. Archaeologists once dubbed this artifact the Baghdad Battery, but only now are we beginning to understand that the Sumerians possessed knowledge of electrochemical processes. AI deciphering reveals that they used galvanic devices as part of ritual purification ceremonies, possibly to sterilize water or refine metals, proving that the experimentation with electricity was not a modern invention, but an ancient endeavor. The most surprising part, the Sumerians intertwined these technologies with spiritual meaning. Ointments were called liquid light, believed to summon the spirit of healing, and the electrochemical devices were described as vessels of thunder, instruments that channeled the power of the heavens. AI translations have uncovered hymns that celebrate experimental medicine as a divine gift, a fusion point of magic, science, and faith. For us today, this means modern medicine and technology are rooted in an ancient tradition where knowledge was seen as a sacred gift. AI has not merely reconstructed fragments, it has painted a vivid picture of a civilization that wove healing, genetics, and electricity seamlessly into everyday life. These Sumerian records are not relics, they are a legacy. They remind us that technology and spirituality are not opposites, but allies, together paving the way toward human mastery. A forgotten wisdom, reignited by AI, now teaches us the future is not just innovation, but a rediscovery of our ancient inner laboratory. Thanks to machine translation, long dusty myths awaken with new life. AI has decoded Sumerian texts in which a rebellious pantheon takes shape. The Anunnaki, those heavenly ones, described as cosmic judges and engineers, divided in the divine council over the burden of labor on earth. When the lesser gods, the Igigi, refused to perform superhuman labors, a solution was revealed, a synthetic being shaped from clay and divine essence, the first Adamu. Here, a door opens to the concept of genetic manipulation. AI readings identify passages that describe experiments where divine seed was merged with earthly matter. These early creation protocols suggest that the Sumerians possessed a rudimentary understanding of inheritance and life-giving forces, thousands of years before modern scientists discovered DNA. In parallel, AI maps references to cosmic cycles. Nibiru, that hypothetical celestial body with a 3,600-year elliptical orbit, is portrayed not merely as myth, but as a time marker for cataclysms. Clay tablets describe floods, droughts, and celestial phenomena, red skies reversing rivers, stars that rise unnaturally. AI algorithms cross-reference these reports with geological and climatic data. The Great Drought around 4200 BCE and the fall of Akkad align with eerie precision. At its core, however, the Sumerian myths revolve around the origin of humanity. Genesis-like passages from Eridu speak of a covenant between Anu, Enlil, and Enki, in which the black-headed people were established as co-stewards of Earth's resource systems. AI researchers found that these texts were originally written not as grandiose divine legends, but as diplomatic agreements, contracts concerning agriculture, mining, and the transfer of technology. This revelation confronts us with essential questions. Was humanity the result of celestial engineering? Do our roots lie in an extraterrestrial lineage, genetically fused with the primal matter of Earth? And if cycles of rise and fall are cosmically preordained, how can we shape our future? The AI-powered deciphering of these myths invites us to lift the veil between science, spirituality, and speculation. It challenges us to question our own genesis and to grasp the legacy of a civilization that passed down both myth and matter as a living inheritance. In this light, the ancient Sumerians appear not merely as precursors to modern civilizations, but as the early architects of a cosmic humanity, one that continues to live on within us all. We stand at the dawn of a new era of knowledge, where artificial intelligence unravels ancient mysteries and invites us to lift the veils of time. But this is only the beginning. If you feel the spark of discovery, if your mind yearns for more, and your soul thirsts for new horizons, then you've come to the right place. Join our community and follow Der Zeitgeist on Facebook. There, we share daily exclusive insights, deeper analyses, and surprising discoveries that recalibrate the balance between research, spirituality, and critical curiosity. Open yourself to questions larger than life, and find answers that reach deeper than the surface of the world. Become part of a network of seekers, visionaries, and knowledge enthusiasts. Share your thoughts, explore creative hypotheses, and inspire others to begin their own journey of awakening. Together, we are shaping a space where light, science, and spiritual depth converge. Click follow now and be among the first pioneers to dive into hidden truths with us. At Der Zeitgeist, you don't just grow, you expand the very boundaries of your consciousness. Welcome to our community.